I want this man to talk and share with other men all the secrets, how he can be such a powerful, unstoppable man.
I'm Brian Swan. I'm the dad of the unstoppable family. What if we just sell all our crap and go travel the world? Are you a swingers thing? I think morning routines are so important. Setting up your day for success is taking care of yourself first. But are you doing the things that are actually producing revenue?
1.5 minutes will change your life and
it will.
Relationship with the woman. And thank you very much for sharing the secret.
These little things that take hardly any time, it's the same thing with your relationship. You got to put daily deposits in every single day.
The way how they deal with each other, 26 years, successful business, successful like family.
I honor Rhonda first.
Yeah.
Kids are second. Sorry, but I married this chick. I gotta go hard into this because I want to be the best husband, father, and man that I can be.
Welcome to I Am Creation podcast. And today I will take you on a journey with such a powerful man, Brian Swan. And he's one of the owners of Unstoppable Branding Agency. He's a well-known speaker, author, creator of the SURF method. And like normally I would love to share the stories how I meet people, and it was an amazing journey to Nepal. And I remember the morning when Rhonda Swan came to the stage and she was talking and like, oh my God, she's wild, and like it was so much energy coming through her words, and I was like, I want to meet the man that holds the space for this woman. I want to meet him. It's like he's existing, really? And I remember the moment when we were driving in the car from the temple, and like when you were sharing, I was like, oh my God, such a peaceful voice, such a grounded, so much clarity. And I want this man to talk and share with other men all the secrets, how he can be such a powerful, unstoppable man and hold the space for the women. Because for me, as unstoppable woman, like wild woman now, like it's not so easy to find such a man. So you're a great example of a powerful man that can be the space holder and can be the partner and can be the inspiration for other men. So I just want to share this. And yeah, please introduce yourself. Who is Brian Swan?
Thank you. And now I got a big, after that wonderful introduction, I got a lot to live up for. So yeah, I'm Brian Swan. I'm the dad of the Unstoppable family, husband to Rhonda Swan, and I've been the co-founder of Unstoppable Branding Agency for, almost nearly 2 decades.
2 decades.
And now I've been land development, fund manager, investor, and kind of going on our journey right now. Just turned 50 years young.
Congratulations.
Yeah. And we've been together for 26 years, which is quite a long time.
It's incredible. And for sure, I will ask you some questions about some secrets, but tell me more about your story, because like I know that your parents divorced and your father was sick, and like you had such a huge journey with a lot of breakthroughs. So yeah, I want to hear more. I want it now, more.
Well, where things started off, so my biggest passion, desire is surfing. I've been surfing now for about 30 years, but I grew up in a little small corn town field 1,400 kilometers away from the ocean, Cambridge, Illinois, just outside of Chicago. And only 2,000 people. And we were the big, where all the Walmarts, Kmarts came from, superstores. We were the originators. My grandfather was, but he didn't franchise, so that's just why you don't hear about Swans. But my father was actually gay.
Wow.
So this was a little twist. And my parents divorced when I was 5 or 6 years old. And that was quite the trip. I didn't know it really until I was like 9 years old. So nothing made sense back in the day. If you think about that, you know, that wasn't like a cool thing. And then living in such a small town, it was extremely, my brother went to drug rehab at 15 years old. I was 11. And during this time, my father he was a beautiful, great man. They divorced and they lived literally about 100 feet away in 2 different places, right? And so I got to see both of them. But what happened was there was this moment, and I never talked to my father about it. Neither my mom, any of my brothers or sisters, but he got AIDS.
How many do you have?
I have a brother that's 4 years older and a sister that's 7 years older. And there was this moment, like this switch I saw with my dad, where everything that mattered simply didn't matter. Now, there was no conversation. This is my story. So you would hear something different from my brother and sister, but he just like, who wants to go to Europe? And we're like, yeah. So when I was 12 years old, I went to Europe and I got to see, you know, London. I got to go to Amsterdam. Then he took us to Egypt. He took us traveling, you know, through South America, everywhere. So from the age of 11 to 16 years old, I got to see what death meant. And knowing that you didn't know when your expiration date was. So my father, AIDS back in the day, you got to think about that, you know, the guy from Queen, Liberace, people were just like, it was a death sentence. He didn't know if he had 6 months to live, a year, 2 years. He lasted for 5 years, and then it took him over from like about 200 pounds down to less than 100 pounds, frailing guy. But he never complained about it once. He'd go to the hospital. It was one of those things. He traveled pretty much all up until his death date. We were supposed to go to Australia and went to the hospital, and that was his last time. But that's where I got this, today is a blessing. You're never guaranteed another day in your life. And this is also like in the DNA of our family that you know Rhonda and
know
Hanalei.
already the stories. Yeah, oh my God.
Yeah. So that's where kind of it all started. And when he passed away, I came from this little small town to the University of Illinois, which was like more people in a little block of my own age were like 2,000 people on this little block. It was amazing. Sororities, fraternities, you know, university, big football. I thought it was the best. But my second year in, I go, there's got to be something more to this. And I started seeing things about study abroad. And little did I know that this is how naive I was. I only thought there was the USA, England, and Australia that spoke English. So I'm like, well, I'm not going to England. That's cold, rainy. I'm going to go to Australia. And I always saw this when I was a kid. I watched ESPN and watched Surfer Magazine like every Tuesday night. And that was kind of like, I'm going to Australia and I'm going to go surf.
Yeah, and I think this passion helped you to navigate these high and lows in your life, right?
Yeah.
And can you tell me, as the unstoppable husband, how do you support like your wife Rhonda's vision and at the same time maintaining your integrity, individuality?
Yeah. Well, you know, so we met surfing in San Diego 26 years ago. And so our first like 10 years of our life she was corporate. I was a robotics engineer. I sold actuators to Elon Musk at SpaceX. Like I went there and there was a rocket on the floor and I'm like, you're a rocket scientist? I didn't know who he was. So I was like kind of a high-end, kind of prestigious, like, you know, you're a robotics engineer doing big business. But it was my wife that she's like, I want to have a family. And I'm like, yeah, we just bought this $1 million house that was, you know, 5 bedrooms. And she goes, I'm not going to put my kids through daycare. Our kids. And I'm like, we just leveraged the crap out of ourselves by both of our jobs. And she said to me, I go, how are we going to do this? She goes, get a better paying job. I go, why don't you just find something that you can work from home? And she goes, okay. And she typed in stay-at-home mom and got started with some crazy work from home, and she retired me literally a year.
I love it.
Yeah, so that's kind of how it all started. And from there, though, she's a very powerful, this is like throws ideas out, and I'm kind of like, I think they call it a manifesting generating manifest.
Manifesting generator.
Is that you?
Same, yeah.
And I'm the generator. So I have always kind of, and Hanalei is very similar to where she has this idea. I'm okay, let's go. And then I figure out how to put all places, you know? And it was and this is what's happened when when she retired me, we were freaking 5 homes, developments. We're set for life, and it was a bad deal with one of the guys. He bankrupted about 20 different families. It was a horrible deal. But now to tie this in, when my father died of AIDS, I always had this expiration. And I'm like, date, you never know. I go, we got to go live that life now. And it was from the book, The 4-Hour Workweek by Timothy Ferriss. And there was this chapter called the mini retirement, on being able to live anywhere in the world if you have something you work online. And I'm like, this is a great idea. I said, what if we just sell all our crap and go travel the world? And first she's like, no way. And then a month later I said it again, and then I said it again, and then she's typing in living in Bali. Because, I came to Bali actually in 1995 when I was studying abroad in Perth. And then Rhonda and I, after we got married in 2003, we came here in Bali. So I have a long history with Bali.
Wow.
Yeah. So when we're on this journey online, we're really good at creating brands. And this is how the Unstoppable Branding Agency, we're like, well, we're good at it. Let's just create this.
How the name came, Unstoppable.
Okay, so this is a real funny one.
I want to get it from a man.
So when we started our online brand, it was like cheesy websites and stuff, but we were doing higher end stuff and making some videos, and this is when YouTube was just coming out and Facebook hadn't been there yet, right? So you got to date the history back. Instagram, not even a thought probably at this point. And we were actually literally 100 meters from here in 2009, and we're a year and a half into our journey. So we had our brand was Swan Lifestyle. Our last name and lifestyle, that's what it was. And then when we're marketing, people kept on, are you a swingers thing? And it kept on coming over, and I'm like, honey,
Oh my God.
I think we need to rebrand ourselves. And she just read a book by Cynthia Kiersey called Unstoppable, and she went and saw one of her events, and we're like, let's become the Unstoppable family. And that's where it came in. It actually was right over there in 2009 that we came up with Unstoppable Family.
What a sign. Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
So that's how it came about. So how do I deal with Rhonda? She's always been the idea. I'm figuring it out. And I've held space, and I've done this for Hanalei and her. And it wasn't until just like, we'll kind of go into this, but it's like I've always kind of been the person in the background. And
Behind the scenes.
Now I'm kind of making a surgence of my own.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, and
now we have our dog here too.
Amazing, we have one more person. And what does it mean to you to be an unstoppable man, and what are the characteristics of unstoppable man?
Well, I started a men's group called Wake Up Warrior. I've been watching a gentleman named Garrett White for probably about 6-7 years, and I was mostly looking on how to funnel hack and do the videos, and the message just kept on speaking to me of like living by a code and it's kind of like having it all lifestyle.
Yeah.
Not just like a one-dimensional douchebag of business. You got to have your body, your relationships, your spirituality with like God. And it just spoke to me to where like 2 years ago, I'm like, I got to go hard into this because I want to be the best husband, father, and man that I can be. And I want to show my daughter, who's 17 now, on being that best man, that she will accept no one else. So this is kind of the mission that I've been on in the last couple of years.
And this is from where this idea of surf methods
Yeah, I had this surf method because So when I speak on stage, and my wife and my daughter, we've traveled all around the world speaking on stages, and I speak, Rhonda's more on the business side, and I speak on creating your perfect day. What if you knew your expiration date? Coming back to my father, what would the things you'd be doing now? What would the things you'd be like work-wise, the people that you hang out with, what kind of activities, creating that perfect day. And I created a method because I'm a surfer. I was like, let's make it, I think morning routines are so important. And I have my morning routine. So I'm like, I'm going to name it the surf method. Excuse me.
Surf? Because of surfing, or there was some other idea?
No, it's connecting my surfing, because I'm the unstoppable surfer.
Surfer unstoppable.
Yeah, so I did surf, and the S is set up your day for success. The U stands for uncover, discover, declare. R stands for revenue generating activities, and the F is family and friends. Okay?
Amazing.
So I'll just go on it really quickly, but set up your day for success. I believe that you have to take care of yourself first before you can take care of anyone else. If you're not taking care of yourself first, you got to be selfish. And it's just like the oxygen mask from an airplane. You got to put it on yourself first before you can help the others, right?
I love to say the same to people. Yes.
Yeah. And so for myself, I'm typically up about 4:30 a.m. every day. I come down and I get on this wiggle machine, and then I do a meditation, some breath work, and then for the last month I've been reading the Bible and doing journaling on that. That's something I just kind of picked up, but it's setting my day for a tone to where I'm not looking at my socials, I'm not looking at messages, because when you start getting into that, then you're playing into other people's what they want versus what you want to do, and leading by that way. And then by the time I'm done with this, the sun is starting to come out, the birds, then I usually go surf, or I go train if the surfing's bad. But this is like the setting up your day for success is taking care of yourself first. If I'm going for a run or a workout, I listen to an audiobook or a podcast, something that's, I'm going to be able to take something from it and then apply it. So it's uncover, discover, you're discovering it, and then you're declaring it, which means you're actually going to put it in motion, let's say with a marketing campaign, an email broadcast, or something alive, teaching something, because you have to teach it because then you retain it. And then from there, I'm in revenue generating activities. Now this is the thing. You can be busy, right? I'm just busy, I'm busy. But are you doing the things that are actually producing revenue? Making campaigns, creating content, driving people, this is if you have a business, but you gotta also, if you're an employee, what are the revenue generating activities that you're doing for your employer, right? Things that actually matter and producing revenue, because if you don't have revenue, you don't have a business.
Yes.
So from 9 to 12, that's my calls, creating to where I'm knocking off the top 3 things on my list that's going to push the needle further. And then after that, I'm doing my to-do list, following up on things, but not the important things. That's when I have it. My brain power is on in the morning. And then friends and family, I'll be with family. Sunset, we're just about ready to have sunset, and we're going to enjoy it. And you got to be able to enjoy the family, because if you're just working and you're not enjoying the family and the friends, then why are you doing what you're doing?
Yes, and can you still do it when you are traveling? Because you're traveling, your family is unstoppable. You're traveling all the time. How you manage to keep this surf method in your life?
It gets a little bit more difficult, but I always take the time for myself, no matter where I'm at in the world,
and
to do that.
And if you don't have waves?
Then I'm going for a run on the beach. Usually we're by a beach, or I'm going to go work out. I'm training, because your body, if you don't have your body, and I took this really seriously especially during COVID. When COVID, I was, and I forgot how many kilos, but it's about 155. I was skinny. I was surf fit. But then I realized to be I got to protect my family. And health-wise, I realized that if my body is not working, then I'm not going to be working on other things. So the body is like, I gained 15 kilograms of muscle over the last 2 years, which is quite a bit.
Quite a bit.
Quite a bit. Yeah. So, yeah, I forgot the rest of the question.
No, the question was like how you can stay consistent even though when
you have to do it no matter where you're traveling. I don't use it as an excuse. I used to all the time. I don't have time. Now it's just part of who I am. So I'm always trained every single day.
When you travel, you also wake up at 4:30?
Not always. It all depends on what the events and stuff like that. Things, the jet lag, you don't know. But I'm always up early.
Amazing. And how do you and Rhonda divide responsibilities in your family, in your business?
Yeah. With Unstoppable Branding Agency, she's mostly been the kind of like the face and creating the different things. And I've been with the systems and the automation and that type of thing.
Engineer, right?
Yeah. And so that's how we've kind of split things up. And now we're making kind of a transition. So we still, the Unstoppable Branding Agency, Rhonda's passion is, you're part of the Women Gone Wild book, right?
Yes.
That's her passion. Like the Unstoppable Branding Agency, it's great, you need it, but it's like, what do I want? And so,
what's your passion?
So when we, losing in the real estate, like way back, it was a big hit to where I was like kind of afraid. And then we're like, you know, it's time. And I love Bali. We've been here for 9 years now, like living here. We're like, all right, we picked up this little piece of land and we built 2 villas and a restaurant. And from there, I was like, COVID happens again. What do you need? You need food, shelter, and water. And to add one more thing, love.
Love.
But this was like one of the most profitable things to where I'm not using my own, like having to make calls and stuff, and where I'm like, I want to do more development. And now we got 78 ARA up on the hills, 2 acres, and we're going to develop some villas and we're going to expand it on to that. But we're making it to where we're also not taking from Bali, but giving back. We're around green agriculture. We're going to bring back farming. They used to do farming back in the day, water, and do things, because this is like my home. So I'm not just jumping off a boat. I've been here from 1995, 2004, lived here in 2009, and I love the surfing community. I want to give back and make a difference. So. Yeah. Yeah,
and like that's why you choose Bali to be your home, right? Because it's like a special place.
It is. Surfing, best waves in the world, right out front. I also have a special thing with my daughter. Not every morning. She doesn't get up every morning, but we go surf. It's like the most pricey.
So I saw the video. I saw like
She's a better surfer, but she won't surf the big waves.
Why?
She's nervous. She's nervous. And she sees how much I get injured and bloody and everything. So.
But you still continue to do it. Why?
Oh, I love it. It's like that's that thing that keeps me going. It's like, I consider it not just like a workout, it's more of my meditation. And it's like, so when I hear the birds chirping, that's when, the sun is still kind of dark, but that's when I walk down the cliff, it's about a couple hundred stairs.
Early?
Yeah, I always do. Wow. And it's my baptism. I call it my baptism. So even if the surfing is no good, I still go, paddle out, get wet, come up, and I see Mother Nature, give blessings, and that's how I start my day.
And how is fatherhood change all your entrepreneurial journey and yourself?
Well, the family, Hanalei, she had a fashion company by the age 11, 12 years old. So I was more the support system on helping that work. So I've always kind of been behind and not leading, but we're kind of the anti-schooling. Hanalei dropped out of school when she was, I think, 11 years old. And we're like, the best type of way to learn about the world is let's do business. And she was in fashion until she decided right before COVID, I don't think I want to do this anymore. but it's brought us together, speaking on stages, because and people were wondering, like, how is she so good? Well, she's been to 100 entrepreneurial events. We brought her to every single one, and then she started speaking. So it's like, it's part of who we are as a family. My daughter, I never had a tattoo until I was 45 years old. And my daughter did this painting when she was 11 years old on a surfboard. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get a tattoo. So she just designed all my tattoos on me. So my body's her canvas. So
the one that you did in December?
Yeah, all of them are Hanalei designs. So like this was the first one, and then I got this one. And if you look at it,
oh my God, wait.
It's that.
Wow. And Hanalei did it.
Yep.
And like this
all
too?
these, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and then I'm getting a whole sleeve and stuff but we did this on Christmas Eve. But this is the start of
You remember?
Yeah.
1, 2, wait. Like, I got the invitation to go to the party with Unstoppable Family, and it was like, okay, we will come, there will be some drinks, there will be amazing people. I came, and there was like 2 floors full of tattoo guys.
Yeah.
And I was against tattoo for all my life. And that night I did not 1 tattoo, I did 3 tattoo. 1, 2,
nice.
3.
Well,
They inspired me to do it, and I will remember forever.
Of course, they're forever. So that's why all my tattoos are always going to be something that with meaning, and it's from Hanalei. So it's like, it's got to be meaningful. I'm not just going to get random stuff, you know? Yeah.
What advice would you give to couples who want to work together?
My advice, I say to do it because it brings you together.
Is it challenging?
The thing is, then you start talking about it at all times. You know, there's like no separation, but you kind of got to give it a little bit. But I think you get to really see who people are, you know?
Because you stay most of the day with them, you're doing the things with them. But how you can, if you're working together, how you can still balance it?
Yeah, well, she's got her roles and I got my roles. And we don't, we let each other do our roles. Mm-hmm. There's going to be some conflict here and there. You can't.
You solve the conflicts.
Well, I've learned from a book, which I wish I had it 20 some years ago. The Way of the Superior Man was the first book, and there's this chapter in the book of women want to be listened to. Men want to solve problems. And I've always been like, it just seems obvious. This is what you do. And then the book says, just listen. And when we're in this big conflict, I'm like, I know the answer. I'm going to tell you, but it never works. And it was like a 45-minute thing. I remember we're in Canggu Beach, and it was heated. It was hot. And I just listened. And after like a half hour, 45 minutes, she's like, thank you so much. I'm like, oh my God, this fucking works. So like, I just listen and I understand. So there is a video on YouTube that you have to watch. Okay. It's like a minute and a half. It's called The Nail in the Forehead.
You should send me the link. I will share.
You have to. When guys are talking about, my partner doesn't understand and this, I'm like, watch this video. Okay. And it has a woman with a nail in her forehead, and she's like, I got this constant nagging pain. And he's like, you realize that you have see, you're always trying to solve problems. And then he listens, and she's like, thank you. I'm like, guys, just listen.
1.5 minutes will change your life and
it will.
Relationship with the woman. And thank you very much for sharing the secret. And can you share more secrets of the healthy relationship that you built with your family, where you can be provider, supporter, and at the same time have this loving, conscious relationship with your wife, and at the same time being such a great inspiration and space holder for your daughter?
Okay, so I got a couple little secrets. This is a big one. So I read this book back about 8 years ago, and it's called The Compound Effect.
I will write all the names of the books, and I think I need to go to the library.
The guy was having issue, like the marriage was on the rocks, and he said, I decided to write something I'm grateful about my wife in this journal, and he wrote it for a full year, and then on some day, I don't know if it was Thanksgiving or her birthday or something, he gave it to her, and it's just like, there's the most beautiful. I'm like, well, instead of writing it and giving it after a year, why don't I just do it every day? And she can, and I just set it out. She wants to read it. I don't think she's read it for probably the last 6 months. I don't even know, but she knows I have it. Every once in a while she'll open it, and I write it every single day. It's part of my DMO, my daily method of operation. It's part of my surf method. And so setting up your day for success, that's part of the things. I go surfing pretty much every day. Bali, this is easy. There's flowers everywhere. I bring her back a flower every single day. And so it's just like clockwork. These little things that take hardly any time, I look at it as your relationship is like a bank. You just can't go to a bank and say, can I please withdraw $1 million? So, well, how much have you deposited in it? Well, I've deposited nothing. It's the same thing with your relationship. You got to put daily deposits in every single day. And then to have them love you, trust. So that's simple stuff. A date night. We have dedicated date night every single week to where it's just us, and then we won't talk much about business, right? And so that's just one of those things. Make it dedicated date night every single time. That's changed the world. Before it's just kind of like, you're going out with friends. Nope, me, her. No Hanalei, no kids, me, her.
For how long have you been doing it?
For about probably the last 6-7 years.
Every week.
No.
And what are you doing?
There's certain times when you're traveling and things, but like we always make it like, okay, it's date night, let's go.
And what are you doing when Rhonda is, like when you were in different countries? I mean, when Rhonda is traveling and you're staying.
We just, if she's in a different
Zoom call.
We have calls, like on WhatsApp, video and stuff, Yeah. Any
other secrets?
Man, those are the main things. A journal. Love, appreciate, honor journal. It's a major thing.
How long are you doing it? Every day?
Every day I do it.
For how long?
Here, I'll be right back.
Okay, let's do it. I want to see it.
This is a brand new one, but I just write,
Man, please, you need to do it every day, please.
I hope this is a nice one.
Doesn't matter if it's not. Take this secret and implement in your life, and it will change your relationship.
It will.
This man can give you a sign, big guarantee. It's like the way how they deal with each other, 26 years, successful business, successful family. It's it's amazing. So
you just keep it going.
Yeah, it's such a simple thing.
It is. It's easy. I've given this advice, and the people that do it, they're like, "Oh my God!" And then the partner, the wife, will "So amazing that." I'm like, "It's simple. A simple flower. If you live in it's like go pick one from some neighbor's yard or whatever. It's easy stuff.
Yeah.
You can I love you, right? You just here's another one. Is this like a simple text message or a voice note, of something that it's not just a regular one, but you're something that you love or honor or appreciate about you. Excuse me.
Amazing.
Excuse me.
Thank you so much for sharing the simple things, really the simple things, but the way how you dedicate it to your family, the way how you dedicate it to do it every day for so many years, it's incredible.
I got another one.
It's incredible.
Okay, so I tell Hanalei this. I go, Mom comes first. It's never about the kids. If you're arguing with your wife, your partner, it's like the kids are only going to be, so I honor Rhonda first.
Yeah.
Kids are second. Sorry, but I married this chick. and it's but she gets to see how a man treats, respects, and honors a woman. And that's just another thing that I'm building in to like, if she has a man, she's like, I'm only going to have a man of these qualities.
Yes, and it's amazing. I didn't have such an example in my life, so I'm sure like Hanalei will have amazing relationship, and she will say no to anything that is less than what she had with you. And it's incredible to give such an opportunity for a woman to grow up in such an amazing container where you bring so much love and respect and and respect your woman first. And
absolutely,
it's incredible. And like when you were talking about it, you have this men's club, right? Like how often do you do the meetings with the men?
Every week. And then I'm listening to recordings, and I have an app that you get to track. You're hitting your core 4 every day, your body, your spirituality, are you writing a text? It's part of that thing of like love and appreciation. I'll send Hanalei a message. I'll do it to people like family members. I'll do it to coworkers sometimes. And you just give that a little appreciation. It blows people's minds, and you expect nothing in return.
Wow.
You have to do it with pure love, no expectation. And it's like your body. Are you hitting this? Are you training? Are you having like your green smoothie? Like business, are you doing the revenue generating activities? Are you doing this? And then I have the software of what I'm tackling each week. And one of the things for business is, are you doing things that are urgent and important, or you have to start focusing on the things that are important but non-urgent. So like, for instance, if we don't do this podcast, nothing's gonna, like, the Rome isn't gonna burn down, right?
Sure.
But what's happening, this is a very important thing, because you have no idea who you're actually gonna touch.
Yeah, with this kind of advices, for sure, like we can touch so many people.
Yeah, and it's very important. Building your brand by doing, like, this is just part of the thing, but it's like, it's not urgent, but you have to slide it out of the non-urgent and make it urgent.
Yes, and thank you so much for giving your time and sharing all these stories, all the secrets. And one more question: how many men do you have in your group, and where they are? I need the address.
I can probably set you up with a few.
Yeah, I think
most of them are in the U.S. They're all around the world. And
but
stuff.
How many men?
He's like Wake Up Warriors has had over 60,000 in the last like 12 years or
wow.
so. Yeah.
Wow. I want to. Oh. It's only men?
It's men. They also have like a warrior for women and stuff, so solid women as well.
Yes.
But it's mostly men.
If you can introduce me to some.
Yeah. I got a few people in mind.
Okay, amazing. Okay, I got so many insights, I got so many advices, secrets, and he will introduce me to some incredible men. And thank you so much for your time. And I got amazing podcast recording that I can share with the world. And oh my God, I feel so blessed to be here, to spend the day together with your family, and to hear all the unique stories, all the unique shares, and the way how you all do it with such a love, and it touched my heart, and I'm sure it will inspire and touch so many other hearts.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh my God! Oh
wow.
my God! Thank you.
Beautiful.
Yes, we did it.